Hey everyone, this is Karen Waxman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we'll be talking about wholesale personal care products. So if you have a great consumer product and it's in the wholesale personal care category, this little training will give you some things to think about in regards to personal care products. With that said, let's get started on today's training. So let's talk about the health category, personal care, and so forth, and how to support you there. First of all, since the pandemic and since all of the stuff that's been going on across the world, obviously so many new companies have popped up in the personal care space, right? So there's masks, there's hand sanitizers, there's variety of different types of products, as well as existing products that are just being enhanced currently as people are getting older, sicker, things are going on in the world, right? So health is obviously a very big category. The problem with that is that you're just going to be dealing with a lot more competition than you typically are used to. And that's normal when big issues in the world are happening. So maybe by the time you hear this, things have chilled out a little bit. But generally speaking, health and so forth are pretty important for the next several years. Things to consider is that there are so many companies out there. How are you going to differentiate yourself? If you have a mask and you're trying to sell to retail chains, I'll give you that as an example just because it's just something that's coming up a lot these days. Can you create a really cool design around it? For instance, we saw certain types of masks that people were buying online, say on Amazon, but they weren't selling in the stores that had stones on it and cool little design elements on it. How do you differentiate? Maybe walk stores, take a look around and see, is there something that's missing from their assortment that you could squeeze in? If they're selling a bottle of sanitizer for $50 or $20, whatever it is, depending on how large it is or how massive the audience is, whatever it is that they're trying to do, if you are knowing that they're trying to sell this product, make sure that your sanitizer is cooler, better, more. Maybe you're offering something that they're not currently selling. Maybe it's for a different audience. Maybe it has different imagery. Maybe it's cooler packaging, something. They need some differentiation before they pick up new products and so forth. So whatever you're doing, you really do need to spend a little bit more time checking out the competition, understanding which direction to go, because ultimately the buyers will reject you more simply because of the fact that the whole world is interested in the health category right now, supplements and whatever it is for you. Again, they're being inundated. So we just need to come up with a really good story in order to get the buyers interested in your product. One thing I'll tell you is that a lot of times when people have personal care, healthcare products, they initially choose CVS and Walgreens to go after, Rite Aid, whatever. Makes perfect sense. That's where a lot of personal care products go. And you should always reach out to them, but just note that is the first place most people go after for pharmacies and so forth with these types of products. But the one thing that most people don't think about is that just because that is something that you would automatically go purchase something doesn't mean that there's a whole world of people who are going elsewhere to purchase these types of products. For instance, every retailer is selling personal care, healthcare products currently. Right now, even Ace Hardware is selling it. A lot of retailers is selling different types of these products. And so I want you to go beyond your comfort zone and start cruising around and seeing where else your product could fit. Could it be sold at supermarkets? Could it be sold at department stores, discount retailers? Could it be sold at specialty retailers? Don't underestimate. I've seen even crazy things at like the arts and crafts stores like Michael's and so forth. They throw in some crazy products that you never would believe. My recommendation is go far and wide beyond that you would initially consider going after. In general, with this type of industry and category and the heftiness of what's going on in the world, new innovation is gold. I have a lot of clients who've succeeded with their healthcare products, their personal care products, and so forth. They've done really well. But it really does come down to what are you saying to the buyer to ultimately get them interested in your product. And sometimes it's one slight tweak in the words that you use, in the way that you present yourself, can be the difference between you making millions of dollars or not with retailers. Also, really understanding that competition is fierce, so you got to up your game a little bit. This isn't the time to just spray and pray and reach out to retailers not knowing what you're doing. You need to spend a little bit more time understanding that industry, what's going on, and what words you can use to ultimately get the buyers more inclined to buy. With that said, if you are interested in learning more about how to get your health or personal care products into retail chains, we actually have 90-minute training that we created that people absolutely love. If you would like to go check that out, you can go to retailmba.com/free to get access to it. It gives me a little bit more time to explain how the retailers operate, what makes them more inclined to buy, and so forth. So definitely check that out. If you go to retailmba.com, it's on the top of every single page. We try to do that on purpose because we do ongoing webinars and so forth. So I just want to make sure that you check that out. Also, if you are interested in getting additional support, maybe you want someone to help you with your product packaging or pricing or something like that, we do have do-it-yourself programs where we walk you through how to approach, pitch, and sell to retailers. We also have do-it-for-you services. We have a whole variety of things that we do. We do live events in physical form where we walk people through how to get into stores, how to talk to buyers and so forth, even if you have no experience buyer relationships or so forth. And also we have master classes and such that happen quarterly where we're doing intensives, getting people ready for stores as quickly as possible and into the hands of buyers. So if you are interested in any of that stuff, reach out to us. Go to retailmba.com, see what we're up to. Sign up for something free. Subscribe to this channel. Like this, please. Share with your friends. We are always creating new content. Would love to support you. And keep in touch. Thanks so much for your time, Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. I hope it gives you some food for thought on selling your personal care and health products into retail chains. So much to share, but this is just wanted to get you a good start. Thanks so much.